welcome. Field Owned Farm Sessions, episode 220. KJ's on already, June the 27th, 2025. I want to talk a little bit about Hubie Jen and her comments. Twilight meeting in the Holstein industry has started and in your community. So get out there. And a little bit about cottaging. Last day of school, all the that would tie into you, KJ, because all these graduation pictures of all people I know on Facebook, not necessarily all friends, but people you know. I mean, let's be honest, Facebook is not. You don't have that many friends, but all the people you know, all their kids graduating, lovely in their dresses, and all the fun to had. Now, mind you, your grade 8 graduation's a wee bit different than your high school graduation, and then get on to your university graduation. KJ, I don't know if you went crazy on yours, but I said high school. I remember we stayed up. We went to person's place in the country and stayed up all friggin' night in the back of my truck, watched the sun come up. Got had a little bit too much to beverages, and but it seemed like it was a good time. I remember way back. And university, yeah, a little bit different, a little bit too much to drink, and seems to be a theme. I wonder how my life would have changed if I hadn't drank at all. But who knows? Who knows? We can't go there. On that subject, I'm still kind of not having that much. I had a little bit at the cottage last weekend, but not too much. So keeping it under control. So Hubie Jen comment. I don't know how many comments she put on it. And then I got a challenger. What I got to say? One of the directors, he says, I'm going to put a little pushback on your comment there. So a little pushback on Hubie Jen, where she says she doesn't take any holidays, but then they said they go camping. So Hubie Jen, if you go camping, that's a holiday. I know, even if you were, so you go to the cottage, you have a cottage, you can go cottage or you go camping or something else. And yes, there's stuff to do and people think that's a holiday, but is it a holiday when you're cutting grass at the cottage or fixing roof or fixing the dock or something like that? Who knows? KJ, what are you up to for this long weekend? We might be going to the cottage. We might not. I think we're going to go, but depending on when. My wife and I always drive separate because I'll be taking wood or gas for the boats, or got to take the gator up, got to take the boat got taken up, the jet ski and everything else. So there's always something to take up with the truck, and usually the van takes up food and the kids and the dog and something else. So I'll get back to last day of school. So yeah, so last day of school. So high school is a bit different. My oldest daughter, graduated. She had her ninth. You're camping just locally. Oh, that's sweet. I always wanted to buy a camper and just go visit somebody, but maybe not with the 4 kids. That's where it gets a challenge. But just go visit Emmett or go visit you or go visit Fensky down in Chatham. It'd be good to do that. You don't have to. They don't have to put up a room. They just have to have a place for your camper and a plug. One day I will do that. So my daughter finished her grade 9. That was awesome. She finished a week before last week. And then all my kids finished yesterday. And I never mentioned this, but one of the long-term teachers, Miss Kramer, Becky Kramer, who is a great teacher and retired. I think she kind of got pushed out. She was one of the good teachers. Now these newer teachers coming in, they're lack of a better word, woke. And where is that? My wife leaving? Oh yeah. Oh no, it's my mom leaving. My mom did a little check. So all these new teachers, a lot of them seem to be woke and they seem to not push back. And it's just the way they teach is different. This Becky Kramer, she was so good with everybody. Like I said, my son has never taken to school the best as far as learning, and she would sit with him and do stuff. And I said, well, you don't all have to be scholars to in the workforce. And she says, oh my. And Becky Kramer said, my dad never even finished grade 9, and he went on to be a successful businessman. So you don't ideally want that to happen, but at the same time, not everybody's made out for school. So that is just the way it is. Weather has calmed down a little bit. It's not as hot. It's a little stickier today, but it's cloudy. I think we got 0.2 of an inch of rain yesterday. KJ, I don't know what you got in your country, but 0.2 was just enough to make the ground want more. Now the beans got sprayed the other day too, so you need a little bit of wet to keep the beans, to make that spray activate. So that's good that way. And they're talking about a massive storm tonight. Let's hope nobody gets smashed with a tornado or something like that. I don't think they're calling for one, but it's never good when that happens. Roscoe is on as well. You came on at the 5 minute mark. I seen a post from, I'm not going to say your daughter's name, but the old Downey from, and I said that must be Roscoe's daughter, and I looked and it was Flair Airlines. So there you go. That's what Facebook is sometimes good for. Sometimes it's really good for wasting a lot of fucking time, but like I said, Roscoe, how many inches of rain are you going to get tonight? That's what I'm worried about. They say at the cottage. That's why I'm kind of hesitant about going to the cottage, because they're talking. I looked on the weather and it says it's going to be a storm like crazy. So I don't know. You can either sit here and get stuff done, or you can sit at the cottage and get stuff done. So I don't know. I was going to talk about twilight meetings. Hopefully, a couple. You want a couple inches? Well, I don't know. What will that do to your? I know when you pick strawberries and the rain hits the ground, it bounces the dirt up on the strawberries, and they're not as good. Now I know you got to wash them, but I like to eat a bit of strawberries when I'm walking down the rows if it's you pick. So, and I know you factor in the price for that. So getting into Twilight, Maine. So yes, Roscoe, you used to work at the old Quality Holsteins. So Quality Holsteins in Woodbridge is having the Twilight meeting, New York Twilight Maine tonight. And if anybody doesn't know what a Twilight meeting is, it's hosted usually by Holstein clubs around the province of Ontario. I don't know. KJ, you have to educate me. As other provinces have Twilight meetings? I don't know. So every county, like I'm in Simcoe, I used to be in York, we're Quality. We used to be down the road from Quality. And every county puts together, they ask a farmer, would you like a Twilight meeting? And pick a date, which say tonight is June 27th. Pick a date, say a time. They have a caterer. You have a meeting. People say welcome. Usually you get some donations, hats and shirts and feed and seed from different companies, and you judge a class. I'm just saying, typically, that's what we used to do. Everybody does things different nowadays. But KJ, I have to do an unedited water break. There you go. So you judge a class of cows, and then they put you in a draw, and they have the draw, and they pick the draws. And Premier Tractor, Green Tractors, will donate a little tractor. My son used to love that. First Twilight meeting, got a tractor, and then they love the hats and the shirts, and they love, of course, chocolate milk and ice cream. So Twilight meetings are always a big hit with the little kids, but and it's a good way to meet talk to your neighbors, and talk to farmers, and see what's going on around the community. They are a very great, good public event. And Simcoe's is July 2nd, just up the road from me, Thornton, Ontario. And it's a new robot barn. Unfortunately, this barn, they used to have a parlor, the Kloostermans, and it burnt down a few years ago, and they built a robot barn. So it should be a great time to see new technology. A couple robots. Oh, KJ knows about the old robots. Mystery's on. Mystery, are you still at the cottage? Because I know you're in and out and here and there, so I don't know if you're at the cottage right now or not. So Mystery, KJ, and Roscoe. There you go. My three favorite listeners. So I was just talking about the Twilight meeting. Mystery, are you going to the old Quality Twilight meeting tonight? Because I know your cousins, the Becketts, who have what do you call it? Financial investments in a lot of cattle together with Quality, are very much partnership with Quality, so they will be there for sure. Their kids, and I think I talked to Lockie, they're going. So a lot of city people. Who knows how many will be there? They talking maybe anywhere from 50 to 200 people. So it should be a lovely event. Whether I go or not, I don't know. We might. My daughter's got hockey. We might head up to the cottage after that. We might not. Like I said, it might rain. Who knows? I was going to talk a little bit about Emmett, because I haven't heard from Emmett. Hold on. I think it's when Mystery comes on, I start coughing. I don't know why. I was going to talk a little bit of Emmett, because he's down east, and I never... Emmett, you got to text me and tell me what's going on, because Mrs. Foster, she never posts anything until after the trip. I don't know why. They went to Vegas a few years ago, and as soon as they got back, it was a mind blow of pictures everywhere. Oh, hold on. Roscoe's got the message. Roscoe, you know I can't read stuff like that. Mister, do you have a girlfriend at the cottage? That's where I'm kind of hinting with the Roscoe. Do you have a girlfriend at the cottage? Is that what? That's kind of what Roscoe's hinting at, but in a different way. Let's put it that way. So, I want to hear all about Emmett's trip and how it's going, because, like I said, we're going down there in the summer. Roscoe's going down to old Newfoundland in the summer, so it should be good. It should be a good summer. KJ, where is your Twilight meeting in the old Middlesex this year? Because I seen Perth County is at oh shit, what are the? I was thinking of the starts with an S. St. Mary's. Anyways, their Perth County Twilight meeting's down there. Where is the old Middlesex Twilight meeting? Who the hell knows? Mystery. Post some pictures and let's see what's going on. Oh, Stand Even. There you go. That's the Perth. Stand Even. I was trying to think of that name. Now, I'm pretty sure I was there when they had a tie stall, and I think I mentioned them a long time ago in my podcast, but I was there a long time ago when they had a tie stall. And since then, they put robots in. I know they were big on the harvester silos, and they built a harvester silo, and I was thinking in my head, shaking my head, because a new blue harvester at that time was probably about 180 to 200 grand to put up a blue harvester silo, and I'm sure that it's upwards of. Middlesex doesn't do one very often. What? So the old Davy J has never had a Twilight meeting, or they just don't. There should be. You should be on the board, the Holstein board, Middlesex Holstein. They got Sleegers down there, and the Johnsons, and who's Nathan? Friggin' what they call him, peg leg. Nathan, I forget his name. Thompson, there you go. KJ, you were right on the computer. You are my tech girl. I haven't seen Autumn L for so fucking long. I was going to end it today with so town hall. I had a town hall meeting yesterday, and I just, like I said, I've only been on the board 3 months, and so I got to learn all these terminologies. So I'm like, what the hell is a town hall meeting? So a town hall meeting, the CFO, the CEO has a town hall meeting. So it's basically different heads of the department get on and they show what they've been doing. On the CFO connects, the tech people tell you what they've been doing, the field team tell you what they've been doing, and they're making it easier for farmers to input information into their business. And so every time you build a barn, which I did, and now I'm not overly joy about it, but I got to put in numbers of what everything costs, from cement to building to equipment to excavating to gravel. And then what the real sticky is how many labor hours you did with your barn of yourself. So this is where the processors kind of fight back. There's AOCP, Association of Processors, and they fight back and they say, well, you can't justify this, but if you came out and moved a bunch of gravel with your skid steer, that's technically you working towards the farm. So you put that into your cost of production. So, and that helps with your live price and what a farmer gets back for his investment in his chicken farm. Hold on. Emmett and his wife are in Cape Breton. There you go. I know they were down east, but I didn't. I'm just saying they have not gave me the update yet. Let's go on the stars here. Mystery, you are leading 245 to 180 to KJ to Roscoe 159. KJ is my loyal listener, and she's been here a while, but it sounds like Mystery is up there. But anyways, so the town hall meeting, and then this is the first time they invited the directors because we have a new office in Guelph near the Sleeman Brewery, and Mystery and KJ and Roscoe know where the Sleeman Brewery in Guelph, OFA building, everything else. So they got a very big lunchroom. Had a meeting. We had a food truck. That was not the best because there was no healthy food. It was a kind of a greasy hamburger, greasy fries, greasy hot dog, greasy fries, greasy chicken fingers, greasy fries. So if you're trying to eat healthy, that was not the day to go and eat healthy. But it was great getting to. So as a new director, talking to different people, and all the staff was there. They have to come, and that's like their yearly meeting. I think they have. I don't know how many town hall meetings. It's very vague, but it was a great day. It was a great learning experience. Great way to talk to all the staff and see what's going on. So thank you. Talk to you later. Mystery. I want to know about this mystery woman. And KJ, get a fucking Twilight meeting in your area. Roscoe, are you going to the Twilight meeting? I doubt it, but we'll see. Thanks for listening today, everybody, and we'll talk to you later. Hebe, Jen, have fun. Which one? Oh, Mystery. Talk to you later.